That's so video gamey. I love that.
It is.
I love that sting.
Everything
It's
else
our
is so
most video
jazzy,
gamey sting.
and I was like, we should just pick a video gamey one because it's a video gamey segment. It's all video games, but nothing is more video gamey than this current sponsor.
Oh, yes, I was going to say, the most video game that we could possibly video game. The game plan is brought to you by Max Jazz Games. It's in the title. Whose game, Kung Pooby, you can be playing right now. Your gaming week is sorted with Kung Pooby. Available now on the iOS App Store. Kung Pooby. Wait until Craig Kelly gets his hands on that one. My God.
4 different types of Kung and Poo.
I will not resist it.
The game plan is where we look at the games that come out this week so you can plan out your week in video games. Let's take a look at what is dropping this week, starting off with the Bart Bonte collection, releasing today. It is both developed and published by Bart Bonte. Am I saying Bonte correctly, Pete?
I don't know. I say Bonte, but he's French, so it's probably bon. Bon. Bon.
And the T is probably silent there, so it's probably Barbonte.
There you go. It is coming
Put the
to
T back
Steam.
in.
Yeah, no, you said T.
I realized as I did it.
I wanted to just roll past it and just be like, let's move on. But Pete rightfully pointed out that you added a T when you said there was no T. Flash is dead. Long live the Barbon collection. A collection of 28 Flash games packaged and remastered for you. There's actually some cool looking stuff in this thing. The podcast listeners can't appreciate what they're seeing right now, but this is bringing back some memories of.
I will talk about it as well.
Not doing work at school. Pete will bring it up very shortly. But first, we need to bring up The Colonists. That's coming out tomorrow, Tuesday, May 4th. This is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. The Colonists is a settlement building game inspired by classic titles like The Settlers and the Anno series. It's already been out on PC for a while. You take control of a team of self-replicating robots who've escaped from Earth and are searching the galaxy for a new home where they can fulfill their dream to be humane. Next up, we've got Skate City coming Friday, the 7th of May. Apple Arcade, PC, and Switch. Skate the streets of real-world iconic destinations from around the globe. Master combos of flick tricks, manuals, and grinds to set high scores in challenge modes, or ride at your own pace with endless skate. Head over to the skate shop to customize your player and unlock everything else available in some sort of NFT transaction. And then the final game coming out this week, Resident Evil Village, Friday, the 7th of May, coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Get stepped on! Set a few years after the horrifying events in the critically acclaimed Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, the all-new storyline begins with Ethan Winters and his wife Mia living peacefully in a new location, free from their past nightmares. Ho, ho, ho. Just as they are building their new life together, tragedy befalls them once again. These are the notable games coming out this week. Peter, talk to me about the Barbon collection.
The Barbon collection. So for those of you who are not familiar with this developer, he obviously had a Flash career, and within this package is a game called Yellow, which many of you may have played on your phone. Yellow blew up for him, and he went on to make all the other colors: black, blue, red, pink. And they're all little puzzle games that are brilliant. This is Yellow we're looking at right now. They're brilliant, brilliant, brilliant games. You can play them all on your phone right now. And this is like the history of his kind of Flash puzzle games. They never look like anything spectacular, but they're always really clever designs, clever puzzles.
Look better than the Outer Wilds, right?
This does.
Yeah.
The one before didn't. So yeah, there's I haven't played all of these, so I can't attest that they're all good, but I'm interested to check out some kind of the history of his game development, because every time he releases a game on mobile, I play it the day it comes out and finish it the day it comes out. They're little kind of 90-minute things, but they're brilliant. They're really clever.
They're a cool example of when you see a dev that just has that creativity, that the idea just comes first and foremost before the rest of the design around it. And they're like, this works, this is fun, regardless of if it's a short amount of time or, yeah, sometimes a little bit longer as a puzzle. I think it's great because it does lead to this like very eclectic looking kind of style. But just briefly, I'm really reminded of there's an Aussie dev, Wainetron, who did Birdskaball, and who similarly just comes up with all these great little games. I think he's done one called Parkour, which is like a parkour game with a dog. And I interviewed him. He's like, I just have these one little flash in the pan ideas, create it, don't overthink it, and move on to the next one. And there's sometimes where like the best, like, light bulb ideas for video games can come from.
Totally. Yeah, and I think we see that as well with Bennett Foddy. He clearly doesn't put a lot of thought into his quops and his clops, and they end up being something really fascinating as a result.
Yeah, totally. The game is on Steam. It unlocks in 5 hours. It also does not have a price attached to it. I'm wondering if it is free.
Interesting.
It could be. A lot of his stuff is free, and he makes money off the ads that play out in particularly the mobile versions.
I am going to check this out this week because I think I remember playing Yellow, but I did Flash games when I was in school, but I never really like continued the Flash thing as I got older, which is a shame because there's just so many, like you said, amazing ideas around that stuff. So cool. I've put that on the list. Gus, what are you excited for your gaming week?
I'm actually really pumped to play The Colonists. I love the look of that game, and I really like the idea of possibly playing that on Switch because it reminds me of a game I used to play back in the day, which was called Knights and Merchants, which was an RTS that was pretty much devoid of any combat. It was purely a town builder. And I really love that. I love town builders and managers, the ones that then don't sort of continually have you being attacked or having to build up armed forces. It's purely about coming up with a nice system of everything working well together, and obviously robots who are the best at working well together. So it looks adorable in that sense. But also, I love little city builders that just are a little less about conflict. And this looks like that and has a cute art style. And again, probably perfect on Switch. Kind of feels like a little one to do, like just playing next to my bed. But I think this would be a cool time killer. And it looks kind of simplified in a nice sort of meditative sense, I would say. So I'm really pumped for that.
Yeah, cool.
Unless you are then pumped for Skate City, I just wanted to say I've been playing that because I think it's been out on Apple Arcade for a while as well, and it has a very short lifespan, in my opinion. So
it does.
Skate City, right. Yeah, I really got over it very quickly.
Yeah. Okay. I really like skating games, but I tend to like fall off them unless there's a real fantastic score chase loop or something built into it. Ollie Ollie being a great example of a game that, like a skate game that I think is phenomenal. So
people love this, but I didn't love it as much. Sorry, The Colonist, you were going to say briefly.
Oh no, I was just going to say that I dabbled in over the past couple of months. I've been dabbling in factory games. I really enjoy them. But the thing with something like Factorio, no, not Factorio. What was I playing? Chat, I remember the other one, the first person one, but it's so complicated. It builds up so much that it's like, oh god, it's overwhelming with the amount of things that I need to like. Whereas you're right, paring this back and doing more like a town builder as opposed to Satisfactory. Thank you very much. Is appealing, but for me, it's Resident Evil Village. I am so excited to be jumping into this. I have bought into all the marketing and trailers and pre-release gameplay drops and stuff in a way that I'm ready for this. I hope that it lives up to the amount that I think of what I think the game is in my head, because we're definitely the same thing as like Deathloop, where I'm like, I think I know what this game is now, and so going into it, if it's not that, then there's the potential to be disappointed. But this will be the first real Resident Evil I have jumped into since, God, 5, which was awful.
Not great.
And I know there hasn't been that many in between them, but that was years ago. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is obviously our Game Club episode for this month for May. So I'm going to be playing this entire game on stream starting this Friday. I'm
Exciting.
Super keen.
It looks
I need
so
people...
pretty, and I would say the only downside of what I've been hearing is just the idea that there have been so many, like, I enjoyed that they're pretty much embracing like the demo and preview culture of the whole thing, but it does feel like they've gone a little hard on the idea of there were the 2 demos, they were timed, they've then gone back and been like, oh, you can only play for an hour and only on this particular date. And then they've come back and said, well, that was just a global time where people in Australia, you'd get stuck because it was the middle of the night. And they're like, oh, actually, we've let that lapse. So now you can play it any time. But they're whole sections of the game and that sort of stuff. So I'm excited to experience this without having... I mean, I played the maiden demo and already I feel like I saw too much there. So, yeah, I would say it looks exciting to come at completely as just watching trailers, so to speak.
Yeah. Leo Matt in the chat said, what time is the first stream going to be for Resident Evil Village? And it'll probably be about 1 o'clock Sydney time AEST on Friday, but I will confirm that on Twitter and in our Discord as well. So that is our game plan for the week. Let us know what you're excited about by heading over to our Discord and sharing your game plan with us. And yeah, we hope that Kung Poopy is a part of it.